Hello and welcome to Minecraft Survival episode number 80 server today. Today I have some things to do, mostly with beloved server publishing complex, villager land, or whatever. So I have a lot of junk to throw away from my inventory. Earlier today, I re-evaluated the spawn regions because the last time they were done was in April, and spawn has changed a little bit since then. All the way up to villager land here, and I start to see that the villagers have been knocked off already. Let's check in the breeding hall. Chamber 1. Okay, that's good. 3 villagers. Up here, oh, good. Looks like we have both Alice and Billy up here in the trading hall. So it actually looks like I do have some items here that I can use. Oh, it's bread? It's actually for the villagers. So to do that, I'll pull that because that will prevent the baby villagers from running out. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Okay. There is room for... Hopefully they'll produce children. There's room for just 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that 4th bed is marked unallocated. Actually, just to make sure it's marked unallocated, I'll take it off and put it back down. Hopefully tomorrow they'll produce a child. Call it reproduction. So, villagers need bread to survive. Or not to survive, but to reproduce. So I'm making, on the top of this building, the Abigail building, 2 floors worth of indoor wheat production. This is the storage room for the empty Abigail 5. Abigail 6, you can see it's in operation. And then up here, Abigail 7 will be the top of it, and it will definitely solidify its status as the highest building. This is the tallest building. This is the highest building, because this building starts only down. And I also want to start putting some more walkways across, if I can. Fortunately, I don't know how feasible it will be to do one up there, because of how it's set up. It's set up to be an internal hallway only. So maybe if I find some other place to put this equipment, maybe then I can do that. I might have to move this in a little bit, but I'll see what I can do. I also want to have routes. I'm just a fool. Routes out to here and other places for overhead walkways. It will be a pain to have to run down, go across the building, and then run up again. But for the foreseeable future, this will be the top of the Emmanuel building, because there's still some space in the levels 2 to 3. I actually do need to also set that up. I have a lot of stuff to do. So I will set it up in similar fashion to the other one. I suppose I'll keep the columns. Realism. I pretty much dropped the columns for this building. There's someone there, but also someone not. This building I totally dropped the columns, which is okay because it's not that. Dirt. I had some dirt somewhere. I think I left it on the 5th floor. There. I'm going to build this in an identical manner to the floor below it. I suppose it will be a little bit tight because it's still going to have 3-meter ceilings, and this is raised on an additional floor or additional meter. That's fine. It'd be funny if I had over walkway to there. That would not be a good idea because that's a rustic style, and I wouldn't want to ruin it with my wonderful brutalist architecture. Barrier up. Pretty much just end here. A water bucket. One here. I'll go downstairs. Get another one. Put it here. Also put this one. Oh, that's a shame. I messed it up. It's so weird. They're all done except for that one. That one's done stage 1. Unfortunately, water is dripping through. Somehow. I thought this was going to be watertight, but I suppose not. I need to get out my hoe. I'm not sure if I should do green roofs on it. I'm not sure what would look better, because the Victoria building in the distance, you can't see, has a green roof on it. That was my first time building this brutalist style. And I do like it. I think it's quite nice. It's distinctive. But the whole point of it is that it's less flammable. That building, some of these areas are still a little bit flammable because they use wood floors. But that area, it's definitely not going to be flammable because it has stone floors. You can see that it's a little bit flammable, but not really. See, all stone floors in here. And seeds, I have one there. I actually need to build this up though. So do these columns. And I need to copy the windows because otherwise it will be out of alignment. Yeah. This one. Window. Okay. That was pretty predictable here. That might not be enough for the seat. I have to go on a little mining trip. This one though, it has windows right there. This building is lucky in that it has a good distance. I should have measured it when I was creating it, but I was a fool and didn't. So I believe it's this building actually that has an imperfect distance. You can see it's 1 on this side and 2 on the other. It's horrible. And I'm not going to the effort to go expand it or shrink it by one block. Well, I'm not found use for Abigail. 6 an alligator. Abigail 7, not an alligator. 7. That would be a single one. Cooler in the windows. Maybe it's a light problem. If I see the crop, that one crop down there, continue to fail to grow, then I'll look into more light sources. And I'll put torches on the columns here. I'm probably actually not going to run out of material to do the roof. I fear I'm going to run out. I might actually. That will be a nuisance, actually. Be a significant nuisance. Oh, it might be going to the edge here. It's a multiple of 3. Blast! Oh, that's horrible. 3 short. Let me see if I can scrape some from these chests. Like this. 3 short. Oh, that is unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Let's see if I can find some up here in the construction site, which I still need to take down. Oh, that's awful. 3 short. Oh, no. Oh, now I have to go find 3 more pieces of andesite. Great. In a cave somewhere. I'll go find multiple, actually. I'll just go on a mining excursion. I'll do that later now, because I have to finish planting the farm. Oh, and wool too. There's actually a lot of stuff to manage at the villager land. Oh, I see in a second. I'll just take 3 pieces though. Hopefully nobody stole my stone cutter. I suppose I'll swing by the sheep farm, and I'll probably see that somebody has taken the sheep, because children do not understand sustainability. You understand, if they don't leave 2 animals, then that's the end of the line for the farm. Let's see, sure enough, all dead. All dead, every last one. I'll go see who did it. That's quite horrid. Let's see, mess up the crop farm. Actually, the server might start prosecuting theft far more severely because it's the #1 biggest crime. You'll probably still receive a warning for minor theft, but anything big, then you're going to get in big trouble. Because in the old days, it was that you only saw the rules 1 time. Now you see the rules 3 times before you get onto the survival world. You see it once when you first join. You see it, I think, again, either in the lobby or in the survival spawn, and then 1 more time in the chat. So there's no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. Alright, let's start planting this farm. I'll go down and have a look at how the Hall of Reproduction is going. Oh no, it's spam client. This guy. He didn't produce a child. I give them so much bread, and they still do not produce a child for me. For shame, I suppose I'll just have to give them more bread until they eventually do produce a child. Oh, he found me, Blastature. Yes, spam client. What do you want? Hey, that's not a multiple. There we go. Now we have a multiple of 3. And the rest of this, I will... Well, I used to have an auto composter. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. Oh, there might be a rollback bug. Okay, more administrative duties. Okay. Oh, wow, this is the Sky Kingdom. Oh my gosh, which definition? That's like... Okay. So 0 key, so 10 days. I'm doing the test here. I don't know if this is what it's supposed to look like. Or not. Let me see. I don't know if this is right. No, this is right. Or it could be. At least that part is right. They have a big community going here. The only bad thing is that this is a hotbed for illegal items. Last month, we found a stash of illegal items here from a modern glitch a few months ago. The person who did it, either Snicker Thief or Shards, they kept implicating each other. They claimed to know how it was done, but I was never able to find out who had actually done it first. So they were both charged with illegal action. I think Shards was charged, but we didn't find any more. But now I'm quite worried about that. Okay, just a second. Okay, let's ask for stuff here. All right. Okay, let's go back to the farm where I think I left off. So they need bread, the villagers. They need more bread. I'll be able to get 12 more pieces of bread. These greedy buggers. So greedy. Not need more bread. I gave them so much already. Look, they're not even taking it. Okay, that guy's taking it. They're just sitting there. Come on, Charlie, Dalton, and Edgar. Actually, I need to name this guy Edgar. I'm gonna go to my name. I'm glad that name tags are so cheap to make now. It's a good feature. It's always annoying that name tags were uncrafted. Because they're not very consequential items. Edgar. Cheap. Okay, looks like they're producing a child. Charlie and Dalton. Yeah, Edgar. And I think the next child I'll make Fiona or something. Oh good, I hear children. This will be baby Fiona. Oops. That was silly. Anvil is getting a bit broken. I actually don't need to name them anymore because the reason I named them how I did is so they can be teleported back, but then I ended up writing a plugin that worked for any mob, so it's a bit obsolete. I might just do A to Z and or until I run out of name tags, which will be H. Right. And then the program will end. This will be the first 8 villagers here at the new villager trading hall. So now I need to go on another mining expedition because I actually need to get a lot more end sites. Oh, it's a shame, no caves here. Oh, nice. Oh, I have to say here. This pig, Jeff a pig. Oh, that's pretty bad. I don't know what Screaming Help is going to do though, because it's a network. This network carrier needs to do better. Or maybe my network carrier needs to do better. Do better, Thomas. Can never do what? There's something in the site. Good. So keep mining. Yeah, the sun is setting already, of course. So we might have to play some games of Mob Arena here. But all of this is for various overhead walkways. The materials have to be consistent. Levels 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 have to be done with granite, and I don't think I'm making any of those. And 5, 6, 7, and higher are done out of andesite. Surprisingly, the server is not lagging at all, considering how many people are on. So they must all be very centralized, because there's no way the server just suddenly got that much less laggy. There's no way Paper optimized it so much in just one update. Or maybe they did, because still negligible to no lag. As people have been complaining at me to upgrade the server, and I'm telling them no, it's way too expensive. It's way too expensive. I could probably on the server fundraise $100. And that doesn't buy anything because all the computer parts are crazy expensive. I looked for SSDs because the server's getting a bit low on disk space. And they're all $500 or more for the size I was wanting. I don't trust some of the dodgy brands anyway that were selling it at only $400. Continuing to line this out, and I think for good measure I will do this trick. And some more to ensure that I only get the desired material. See, look, no cobblestone in my inventory. Thankfully, I'm far away, so there is going to be no interference from Span Client or Azkaban or one of those other annoying players. I need to watch myself and call the player. See, in the old days, late 2025, I get into a lot of trouble if I call a player annoying, especially if this player was friends with people in power. Got in big trouble from everybody's favorite, What's Funny, because I called What's Funny's friend annoying. Lots of insight here. And then I think I have some glass. I may have to get some more glass. This keeps going. I may run out of inventory space before I'm clear on this section. Thankfully, andesite is very plentiful. That's the reason I chose it, because stone bricks, though they have a similar effect, they take 2 smelting stages to appear from cobblestone. Bricks as well. I think bricks require clay, and that's not very effective to get. Whereas andesite, I suppose it's not super common, as in you have to look for a minute or two to find some, but once you find it, then you can definitely collect the whole inventory full. And it also is not requiring smelting stages, it's a direct craft. And the stone cutter, it's even better. I have a lot of it, but my pickaxe isn't done yet. Wasn't there a song from 2021 or so about Minecraft? Who's this, to take on me? There's this child with a very, very overloaded mic saying, "Mine away," and then I don't actually remember what happens. I think it might even be unintelligible after that. That was quite a game. There's a lot of insight here. Enormous amount. There's unfortunately debate opening up about shop plugins again, which is upsetting because it's philosophy violating. We used to have one made by cybersecurity called Oye Shops, but it had a big flaw, and that was people could just claim anybody's chest as a shop. And that happened so much that I took it down. But hopefully an increase in punishments for theft will discourage theft. And I think that it's going to catch so many people that will have see a noticeable decrease in player minutes. But that's okay, because it's good to have fewer player minutes if it's better players online, rather than nasty players who have kleptomania. Oh, my inventory is actually almost full. Okay. Well, and that's that. Let's head back. Go to the New People's Bridge. It was also supposed to be less flammable, but not really, because even though the frame is stone, the deck is still wood. So that did not work as planned. This area here, 9 Vexorous Park. I don't know really what's getting set up here. Onto the coastal highway. And then I'll dump this stuff into the chest, and then we'll go with the items 4 stacks at a time. I'll also have a look for glass as well. Negligible glass. So I guess I'll go to the industrial hall and see if there's anything. Level 4. Let's go down to level 2. That's unfortunate, no glass out. So I suppose I'll be having to go and find some sand. Shoving it in the furnace. So that's going to be my starting kit. The rest of this... Oh, no, I do have some glass. Actually, no need to go off, because I already have glass. But now I need to figure out where I'm going to be putting these walkways. It would be useful to have one from the storage to the trading hall. Also, it would have been useful to make this one work for pedestrians, but for some reason it's rail only. I don't know why I made that design choice. In fact, how about I actually route it underground? Because that'll be another thing to do. And then this will become a pedestrian route. Because I actually, in my original plan for this, I wanted to have some of the rails go underground. But I ended up not doing it for whatever reason. Also, support Minecraft 14. This player is from 2024. So old that the join date is not recorded. Don't look at last scene. Last scene is totally bugged. So I actually need to fix that bug and plug in. But at least it's not crashing and spamming up the log. There was a bug at some point where it would print an error in the log every second. But the worst bug, actually, was not my plug. It was in the blue map. It would send, I think, about 50 errors per second to the console. So the file size became something like 30 gigabytes. And I tried to look at it in Craft Server Setup, and of course it ran out of memory. The computer crashed. That was quite a disaster. But anyways, the biggest obstacle is the railway tracks, because they go up here, and all of the trunk material is here. Wait, what? What are they doing down there? You only have 4 beds. Come on, they only have 4 beds. Because somebody took all this sheep, and that I need to make them magically reappear. Charge this person with unsustainable practices. No, probably vandalism. But where did it probably want to have it along this axis? It would probably have to be 3 wide as well. So that unfortunately means I'll have to figure out what to do with this. Something I think, oh, reserve for future staircase. Okay, now this is a bit troublesome. This is really troublesome, actually. Because then this is going to wrap around here. Do I need... No, I do need that space there as well. So, how about I instead reserve this trading slot as the staircase? Because there are so many other trading slots. We can get away with having one less. In fact, we'll have, on higher floors, we'll have one more over here. Something to fill this game. I don't need any jiggery pokery. Just put it right there. And I'll actually get out. Oh, where did I put the stairs? I'll put a staircase block here to hopefully decrease the likelihood of the villagers bumping their heads. Anyways, let's get this set up. So here, probably going to be quite the speed tax because of the corner. So I will eliminate this. Hopefully that will delete the speed tax. Because I've noticed that when you go around a corner in a minecart in a tight tunnel like this, then it really impacts the speed. Now we'll have a switch box here. Let's see how high. Stay like that. Now we'll run back here. Let's start the next line. That's not super important for now. There we go, leave the block high. Oh. Oh, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. So my dunce cap solution will be to just raise this entire section 1 block up. There. That's my silly solution of the day. Best engineering outcome. There. And then this will proceed along to the other 2 points. And this will be the trunk. And then this, I guess, this will be the... Hopefully I can find... Oh, it's annoying having so many storage rooms. There's one here, and then another storage room up here. And then there's one in my house, too. So I want some doors. Next. So I have a crafting table here. So of course I have to go back down, cross the bridge, and then into Calcim. Because this place needs doors. Doors are still there. I want to have a door here. Have one here for the service zone. Sounds like there's actually some somebody having some paid labor. Interesting. See, that's another part of the server. It has a completely player-run economy. The government does not define an economy that's not going to intervene. Service area. Reserve for future staircase. So that's why I can't build there, because that is where the staircase is going to go up to Calcin 6 in the future. And I fear actually that's how the zombies got in to this building, is that they spawned on the roof, even though it didn't used to be lit up. They spawned on the roof and then walked down through the railway corridor. And then a baby zombie got in through that hole, or this hole. And these corridors, this corridor here is too low for an air golem to get through. In fact, don't open it. So that is why the zombie remained unopposed through here. Okay, now it's time to build the walkway. This window will also have to be deleted. Unfortunately, lots of windows will have to be deleted in the line of duty here. I don't know why I'm making it so wide. It's purely just to match the width of the one below it. That one is 4 wide. In fact, all the others are 4 wide, but for some reason this is 5 wide. Wonderful engineering. I'll take 20 and turn it into stairs. I haven't been really reading that much. That's definitely not correct. I'll have to put some lights on here because now it's getting dark. Let's put them here. Production and the horror rail, also known as the Hall of Reproduction rail. I promise you I was not thinking of anything dodgy with that. Hopefully nobody else finds out. It's a naughty bit of a naughty word. This is going to be it's going to be trunk room, storage, farm. This is the trunk room here. And I suppose it is possible to walk in here. Oh yeah, the Abigail building, definitely the highest. But Calcim is the really big one. It takes a lot of material to make a floor on Calcim. Now I actually need to go integrate this. Again, 2 more windows need to die. This is such a needlessly large walkway anyway. All of this needs to be the top, of course. I should put a door here for the service center. All of this gets blocked up. Right here. How many children do they have? Yeah, they just have one. They just have baby Fiona. Since it's short, I won't bother making supports like I did for that one, because it's such a short walkway. It's logical to think that it would hold itself up. Perhaps if I were being Ontarian, I could fill it in completely, but this is not Ontario. It's not going to be minus 60 degrees, so no need for that. Barricade this up as always. Sign trading hall. Storage room. Storage and farming. And there will not be any more connectors made on this floor to that building. Why? Because that building is as good as capped off right now. But I do want to make one on level 3. And for that, as a fool, I need granite. Of course, I got an enormous load of site instead. That's a shame. So I have to go out and find some granite. But in the meantime, I'm going to convert that to be pedestrian. How long is this video? 47 minutes. That'll be done in the next episode. Bye.